our Finance Minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley, have come up with the Union budget. And after demonetization, it was the first budget of the Union. So there were a lot of expectation from the government that they were supposed to bring some major changes in this budget. And also there were, on the one side of the mind, there were some threats or like some worries were there. This particular budget is a mixed budget. And yes, there were a lot of expectations from the government, and government have tried to come up with these expectations. And as far as industry is concerned, as far as individual persons are concerned, this budget have giving even some sort of cookies to all these sectors. Yes, there were some more expectations from the government, but even if you got something out of the nothing, and there is no new threatening particularly to the industries, to the individual, and no negative points are there in this budget. The first major thing which I want to discuss here is that government have reduced the tax rate from 10 to 5% on the tax slab of individual from 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs. If you are having any income from 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, earlier you were supposed to pay a tax rate of 10%, now it is 5%. So it's a good move as far as the individuals are concerned, as far as the citizens are concerned. Secondly, and to cope up with the same, government have increased the surcharge rate on the person which is having an income of more than rupees 15 lakhs up to 1 crore. Government have put a surcharge of 10%. Earlier also there was surcharge of the income on the income of a person who is having an income of more than rupees 1 crore, surcharge rate of 15%. The surcharge is continue in this new budget also. But as I told you, as an additional surcharge of 10% has been levied on the persons having income from 50 lakhs to 1 crore. So this is a bit negative point for those persons who come under that income criteria. Third, as far as if you understand about the corporate requirements, corporate persons have represented to the government 2-3 things they were wanting. Number one, they were supposed to, government was supposed to abolish this MAT regime, and many of the industries and industrial associations have represented to the government to abolish this MAT. But government have not abolished this MAT, and they have just increased the time limit for utilization of MAT credit from 10 years to 15 years. Second, now in this budget, government have come up with the changes in the long-term period for any asset, any long-term asset. Earlier the period was 3 years, now it is 2 years. If you are carrying on any asset and it has continued with you for more than 2 years, now that asset is going to convert as a long-term asset. And if you are selling this asset now, so the profit or loss on selling of this asset is to be called as a long-term capital gain or long-term capital loss. So as we know that the rate of long-term capital gain is 20%, and if it is not long-term capital gain, it is a short-term capital gain, then you have to pay taxes as per your tax slab and structure. And if the rate of sale of your land or your this asset is higher, then you have to pay the taxes at the rate of 30%, which is the maximum tax rate. So by this move, the government, I think it will give a benefit to the this real estate sector. Third, government have also put a good provision for the affordable housing sector. So all of these shows indication that in the near future, the prices of the real estate sector, the demand of the real estate sector is going to be on a good hike. Next amendment with the government have came. It just government have increased the 44 AD. Government have reduced the presumptive tax rate of 44 AD from 8% to 6%. This is also a good move. And two major things I just also want to mention here. One, that government have mentioned that government have accepted the view and the suggestions of the special task force formed by the government regarding the black money, and the government has accepted a suggestion that no person is supposed to make a payment of rupees cash, payment in cash of more than rupees 3 lakh. So any person can spend any expenses in cash only up to rupees 3 lakh per annum. This is also a good move, and this government have put a hammer on those persons who have converted their money into the black, and from old black money to the new black money. So now it will be very difficult for those persons to spend their money in the cash. This is really a good move by the government. And then Government have also come up with some bearing things, which I can say it is a sixer, which is just used by the government. That now no political party can take any donation in the cash by more than rupees 2,000. This is really brave decision, and my salute and congratulations to the government for this decision. Now no political party, whether it is BJP, it is Congress, Samajwadi Party, BSP, whatever party is, nobody can take any donation in cash for more than rupees 2,000. So all these amendments shows the positive impact on the Indian economy and shows the good niyat of the government for development of the economy and for development of the GDP. Two, three things I want to mention that which there were a lot of expectation from the government which they were supposed to do. But government have failed to implement these things. Like I told you one thing, MAT abolishment of MAT scheme was much needed and much expected. Government not come up with this. Second, people were expecting to increase in the income tax slabs. That is also not done by the government. And third, people were expecting that there was some relaxation will be announced in the budget also as far as the cash money which were deposited in the accounts due to this notebandi, particularly related to the women persons are concerned. But still there were no such announcement by the government on this sector. Yes, government have come up with the 2-3 new things which indicates the development of the economy in the future. Like government have decided to close this FIPB, Foreign Investment Promotion Board. Earlier, any person who is coming up with the FDI in India or any company who is coming up with the FDI in India is supposed to take the permission from FIPB if the money is not coming in the automatic route. Still, if the money comes in the automatic route, there were certain conditions and certain formalities which were supposed to do. But now government have closed this FIPB from financial year 17-18. So it shows that government is giving an indication to boost up the investment of money from outside India to the India, so that the Indian economy can be strengthened by this. Another thing that government have planned to disinvest, planned to come up with the IPO for some of the major public sector undertaking of the government, like IRCTC and ICRON. So it shows that the government is going to disinvest and going to collect the money from the public, which will indicate, which will surely give boost up and strengthen the Indian economy in near future.